yeah, the year's 2023. I uploaded a YouTube video, thinking I was very slick, trying to control variable modes using variants. Fast forward to 2024. By the way, I had done so much work, but fast forward to May 2024. I checked for an update in Figma, and what do you know? Everything changes. Great. And now there's what we call set variable mode. So I'm going to show you how I've managed to do the same thing using newer methods. Great, let's start. First thing to do is to create a component for the interaction. So in order for you to be able to change a variable mode, you need to have a button or a couple like I do. So I can, as you can see in the screen, I'm currently just setting the names of the buttons, and then I check in the design that I've already done. This is the same design, that the min width and max width are already set. As you can see in the test here, that the device sizes does change. So yeah, let's get on with prototyping. So essentially what I'm doing here is asking if the min width is below a certain value, and then after that setting the variable mode to either desktop, mobile in this instance, so that it basically first checks the size, and then if the conditions are true, then it sets the variable mode. In this case, we're using screen width as a variable mode. Obviously you could use anything else, like dark mode. You could change the language depending on how you've set up your variables, right? So yeah, prototyping goes on for a while here. I've split this part up because I don't think you'd want to watch me design. But yeah, as I'm going here, I'm seeing that there's some issues. So with the modal, after the click of the button, the modal doesn't close. So I'm trying to figure that stuff out. But you can see that pretty much the interaction is set. So that's the whole way of working with variables, is that you'll need to test as often as you possibly can while you're working, so that it makes sense. Because once you start introducing things like if statements, then you can get lost in the woods. Great. Yeah, so a bit more prototyping here. Yeah, and then I was trying to troubleshoot something with pop-up visibility. So I had set up a Boolean variable, and this Boolean variable is going to be bound to the background or the entire of the modal. So if it's set to true, then the modal will disappear. What makes it true is that if I click the X, then it sets the Boolean property to true, so that makes the modal disappear. But I ended up ditching that strategy because turns up I didn't need to. And that's what I'm saying about variables, is that you need to test as often as possible so that you don't get lost in the woods, right? And get yourself paint yourself into a corner, basically. Heard that from a manager somewhere. Yeah, so pretty much at this point I'm just cleaning up the design, looking at all that's done. And again, guys, struggling with variables is very normal. It's a very new thing, especially if you're a designer and you trying to get accustomed to logic flows and branches. It's very normal to struggle, but the thing is, you can get better if you try. So after I'd figured out how my variables are gonna work or should work, I then went ahead and made sure that everything is nice and neat on the UI front. Yeah, it's just like that product thinking, right? If you're gonna be selling people stuff or showing people stuff, you'd rather just show them the best version. So yeah, this is the actual interaction. This is the final test or preliminary test. As you can see, the modal is now sticking or fixed in place on scroll, and yeah, that's it. This is what it looks like. Hopefully this is helpful, but yeah, that's how I'll be presenting prototypes from now on. So went from using two screen variants to now using one screen that's not even a component. So thanks, Figma. If you're interested in the long version of this video, yeah, be sure to check out my YouTube. I'll post everything there, including the long, boring bits. Till next time, cheers, guys.